Two men were locked in the same cell. Whoever escaped first would win $100,000. The loser would remain imprisoned forever. This prison was made of 6 different layers of materials. Jack started by tearing furiously at the innermost layer of insulation film. Then he kicked at the steel plate behind it. But whether it was because he hadn't eaten breakfast or because he simply lacked the strength, the steel plate didn't budge an inch. David grew impatient. He grabbed Jack and used him as a battering ram, slamming him against the stone wall. Surprisingly, after a dozen strikes, cracks began to appear. But behind it was yet another layer, foam. The host took pity on them, allowing them to spin the prize wheel for a tool. They were lucky this time. They landed a steel rod. With ease, they pried apart the stone wall. Next, they drew a few more tools, most of which were useless. The only helpful one turned out to be a chisel. David, using his strength, swung his arms powerfully. Soon, all the foam was scraped away. The third layer was covered with iron chains. Though thin, Jack couldn't snap even one after much effort. In the end, David snatched away Jack's grappling hook and yanked hard. The chains broke instantly. At the 4th layer, they spun the wheel again and received a cutter, but against the solid concrete wall, it barely left a scratch. Luckily, David drew an electric drill. It worked wonders. Chunks of cement crumbled away, but the 5th layer turned out to be a dense iron mesh. David took the cutter, cranked it to maximum power, and within minutes, carved out a large hole. Behind it lay the final layer, a wooden wall. This time, David drew an axe. He swung hard, splitting open a crack in the wood. Meanwhile, unlucky Jack also drew a cutter. He followed the line of David's crack, slicing carefully along. At last, an opening appeared. Together, the two men finally escaped the prison